The land reform law affects the Arab community in Israel and the Palestinian people in three main areas. One is the privatization of the state-controlled land. Second is the swap deal between the State of Israel and the Jewish National Fund. Third is the system of admissions committees. As for the admissions committees, basically the law gives legitimacy to a system of segregation through the admissions committees that has been for decades now violating the rights of equality and the right to choose a place of living for the Palestinian citizens of the state in about 80% of the country's space. More than that, the law basically gives the final decision to decide who can or who cannot live in these spaces for the Jewish Agency, for the World Zionist Organization, that are non-governmental Zionist organizations that work for the benefit of the Jewish people. In addition, the law also violates an order Nisi that was given by the Supreme Court of Israel a few months ago within the context of a few petitions that were filed by Adalah and other NGOs challenging the whole system of admissions committees. As for the swap deal between the State of Israel and the JNF, the deal goes like this. The JNF will pass to the ownership of the State of Israel properties that were distributed in the cities for Jewish citizens only, and in return the JNF will get from the state between 50 to 60,000 dunams in the Negev area and in the Galilee in the north. Now, the problem is that these properties that the JNF will get will be distributed again according to the principles and a memorandum of the JNF, means for Jewish people only, and that contradicts principles of equality that says basically that these properties should be equally distributed for all citizens of the state. This also contradicts the position of the Attorney General. According to it, all properties administered by the Israeli land administration, includes the JNFs, should be distributed equally regardless of the citizen's nationality in Israel. The privatization will entail basically selling or passing property rights from the state to private owners, individuals, or companies in about 800,000 dunams in Israel. That includes the all built-up areas in Israel, including potentially development spaces within Israel. Now, that will also include properties that belong to the Palestinian refugees, that belong to the internally displaced people, and basically spaces that were arbitrarily confiscated from the Palestinian community living in Israel. And the privatization basically means that all of these groups will not be able at any point in the future to restitute any of their properties back or return back to their homes and their destroyed villages. In an overall, at this law, we are basically talking about the first Israeli law that legitimizes a system of segregation in living between the Arab citizens and Jewish citizens of Israel that has been practiced through decades, very similar to the law that were enacted in South Africa through the apartheid regime.